Thanks for being here. A dozen overdoses in Cambria and Somerset counties in just the past 72 hours.
Fortunately, there have not been any reported deaths, but it is putting authorities on high alert. They are warning heroin addicts of a certain stamp bag that may be particularly lethal. Maria Miller is live outside of Conemaugh Memorial Medical Center to explain. Maria?
Well, by now, I think we're all aware that the heroin use in our region, across the state and the country, has become an epidemic. Obviously, there's no such thing as good heroin. It's all potentially lethal. But the Cambria County District Attorney tells us it's still her job to inform addicts and the public when there's a bad batch. In just 3 days, authorities say 12 people in Cambria and Somerset counties have been rushed to the hospital after overdosing on heroin. 8 of them within only 3 hours Thursday night.
They all lived, none of them died, but we are very concerned that there is bad heroin out there on the streets.
Cambria County District Attorney Kelly Callahan says all 8 overdoses Thursday appeared to come from heroin marked like this with a 7 of Hearts stamp.
We had people call in the overdoses that were with the individuals that overdosed. That's why their lives were saved. But if you're doing this alone and you're going to inject this and nobody's there to call 911 for you, you could die.
But that's something most addicts already know, something experts say, unfortunately, they're okay with.
What they're hoping is that they go right up there and like they're in a deep opiate sleep, barely breathing, and then they still wake up and come out of it.
That's what we deal with. It's really disheartening.
The overdoses come just days after a massive heroin bust in JOHNSTOWN, where investigators found 2 vials of liquid fentanyl. It's a drug dealers often mix with the heroin to give a better high, and a concoction that's already killed nearly a dozen people in Pennsylvania this year.
There's some talk on whether this is the fentanyl-laced heroin or not, but we know users will actually chase the fentanyl-laced heroin to get that better high. It makes no sense to me, but I still feel I have the responsibility to warn the public that this is out there.
Now, it's not yet clear whether or not the heroin that was linked to yesterday's overdoses was laced with fentanyl, but authorities say they were able to get some unused packets that they've already sent away to crime labs for testing. Those results, though, could still take several days until they're complete. Reporting live in JOHNSTOWN, Maria Miller, 6 News.